Does everyone know what time it is?
Yeah!
That's right. It's time for a...
Welcome back to another week of Dallas Beer Talk, guys. I'm your host, Victor Santana. To the right of me, I have Kirsty, PC Master Race, and she has her glasses, so she's dominating today.
Her evil twin, I think.
Evil twin came
You
through.
know, I killed the last one. So
You killed the other evil twin?
Oh,
She was drinking too much of my beer. So.
Fuck that Twitch. So, to the far right, we got Andrew, the beer guru. So what's going on, guys?
Nothing much.
Living the dream.
Yep.
Tell us about your glasses. How those
What's
been
going on
going?
with that?
Oh, God. Zinni Optical. Was told I'd get really cheap glasses off there. I did. I don't want to pay an arm
it's a
and leg for
website.
contacts. Yeah.
Okay.
How many Zenny did it cost?
A few thousand.
4 million Zinni.
$50. And they change in the sun. So they get the
Oh.
dark.
Shades?
Yeah. Whatever that's
We're
called.
getting old.
The
Yeah.
Repeat.
No.
Her glasses are in transition. Repeat.
transitional.
There we go.
Yeah, transitioning lenses. Nice.
$50
Yeah, I used to look at those and be like, man, that's for old people. But now I kind of want one.
because we're old. I mean, I just
Speak for
accept it now.
yourself. As I got a blown out knee
You're like limping
and
around.
a bad hip.
I always forget that.
I
you
used to
wear
be an
glasses,
adventurer
Victor.
like you,
So,
and I took an arrow in the knee.
Fuck you. Oh, I forgot to introduce Ziggy, the man with the master plan, controls all the mics and stuff like that.
Hi, guys.
there he is.
There he is.
The man.
We can't do the show without him. Literally. We can't work without him.
He holds us together.
Together.
So,
Forever.
so how was your weekend, Kirsty?
Oh,
Tell us about it. We missed you this weekend.
Kind of missed you. We kind of had like a group event. We kind of went out somewhere and someone didn't show up.
A couple
I
people didn't
know.
show up, I think.
yeah. You know, I had a better excuse, and all I really have to say is that I'm a woman and I have a visitor once a month, and it was not good this month.
Wait, you're a chick?
There you go. I'm a chick.
Shit.
I'm a chick.
Oh man.
Only like
How
25.
I just realized we're matching our scrubs.
no, mine's green. Yours is.
Is it green? Is it not green?
Yours is like a more of a teal.
Although I almost wore those today.
I'm too
too.
mad for you, like you knowing that. It looks green to me. Fucking green. Maybe it's because the light's green.
It changes.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know.
But anyways, we some of the other people, we all went out to Martin House
Exactly.
and kind of hung out and had the Sour Fest that was going on, which was a lot of fun.
Which was
Very jealous.
no, it was a lot of fun, man. It's a nice little brewery to have it open. You know, I was expecting more like raw setup. It's my first time going, so I was expecting the way Raw does it.
Yeah.
They have like a patio area. You walk in, they have like a dining area and stuff like that. So it's pretty legit. But this place is open, relax, bring your pets.
Mm-hmm.
Had someone singing outside.
Good singing or like the drunk that drank
Oh
too
no, I
much?
had an actual professional musician
Okay,
out there singing.
nice.
Yeah. A little
Was
bit in
this
that.
they were supposed to have toadies, or was that just the Rangers game?
So Martin House does toadies every so often. But yeah, the Rangers game had toadies.
Mm-hmm.
But every so often, it's every year I think that Martin House does. The toadies will come on and they'll play.
Fuck the toadies.
Okay,
Yeah.
but not this past Saturday. So
Uh,
we still have that
no.
to look forward to. Besides
Yes,
Victor.
Victor does.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Who?
Victor
No, I
loves
don't
the
know about
toadies.
that.
So no, but they had a lot of really good beers when we were out there. I mean, it was Sourfest, so there's they had their core beers, and then they had a number of different sour beers.
Okay.
And they have them in the Firkins, which are like the little small batches, if you will. So they call them Firkin rotators. But so they have their flagship beer that they're gonna make like I guess a regular beer. It's the raspberry sour ale, True Love,
Which is my new favorite beer from my only beer. I like a lot of beers from Martin House, but I also don't like a lot of beers from Martin House. They try
They
things.
have a lot.
They try things I don't like.
It's adventurous, man. That's why I appreciate.
You said Pinterest?
They're
Adventure.
Adventurous. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, what
I'm
about
like, what did I
Pinterest?
say?
I mean, Pinterest people are adventurous too.
What does
but
Pinterest have to do with Martin House?
everything. No,
No. I mean, go for it. Try it. I just, I think I went 2 beers deep into them, and I found actually this beer right here we're gonna try this week eventually called True Love, and I drank that the whole time. That was like the beer I stuck with the whole time I was out there.
Yeah, it's
I'm a
definitely
very basic bitch when it comes to beer.
right now. You are. We'll change that eventually.
I mean,
But-
last week we did very well. I think we liked every beer on the show. We
No,
were
I,
also
I
pretty
didn't
drunk.
like the Crusher
but-
was it tastes well, but it's not so I'm not an IPA. I do not like IPAs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But the sit down or sit you down, that shit was delicious and
Yeah.
it sat me the fuck down.
Yeah.
I think I
It's
was
good beer.
stuttering the whole show.
That's it was getting a little sloppy here and there at the end.
Yeah,
But it was
mumbling
fun.
and spitting.
It's part of the experience when you guys watch.
You know.
So
Yes,
I
I hope you guys enjoyed the experience of me getting drunk as fuck live on air.
there was a beer at Martin House that was real good that I liked. It's the Sea Witch, and I believe it's either a porter or a stout, but it was a sour version of that. And
One
Didn't
of
they have
their
another
new
version
one?
of the Salty Lady?
yeah, they had different ones. So the only thing I will say about the Sourfest that you had to really be. So they had a different number of taps open. There were some inside, there were some that were outside, and they had certain of the specialty ones that are only limited at some of the different taps. So depending on if you're not checking the schedule, like 2:00 rolls around and they had a certain one they were going to tap over at one thing, and the lines got real long and you may miss out on it. So
Yeah.
that's
you know
what.
what I
A little
realized though?
letdown.
I was cutting line the whole time.
Oh,
There
really?
was like 2 lines that turned into a L, like one turn L, one turn reverse L, I guess. And I
Yeah.
kept cutting into the one that was reverse L to the front.
Yeah.
That's the
And-
New Yorker in you.
Well,
Every Texan secretly hated you and was like, I
But
can't
they didn't
be
say anything.
mean.
Well,
But
I
I
got
hate
there,
you.
and a few times I was like, man, why no one standing here? Like, I could just get in. I got it, my beers real quick.
Yeah.
And, like, every time you went or your wife went or other guests that came with us went, they took forever. And I was like, man, I get in and out. Like,
Yeah.
maybe at most 5 minutes. And I realized towards the end, like, oh, there's 2 fucking lines that go out. And I just kept cutting in.
No, dang.
Fucking dick.
Man.
You didn't get beat up though, so.
No,
mean,
I almost
it's
beat
all
up
good.
Andrew.
Yeah. So we went to go get a refill on some beers, and Victor left to go before I did, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go get another beer too. And so, I was following behind him, and he got in line, and I kind of like shouldered into him, just joking, and I shouldered past him and just act like I didn't know him, and then I see him staring like daggers at me out of the corner of his eye, and then he looks at us like, oh, it's you, motherfucker. I didn't know who this was. Who the hell is this gonna bump into me?
I was waiting for you to make eye contact with me so you could know I'm looking at you when I start saying something.
Oh, it was funny.
But once you turn around, like I was so in my rage, the peripheral didn't make sense. Like this
Yeah.
fucker turns
Because
around.
this wasn't like a glancing, like, oh, sorry, kind of like bumping. It was like a straight, like, shouldered past him, just like
Yeah,
into him
on
on purpose.
purpose.
And so,
How many beers deep were you guys in?
I think I was 3 beers deep, 3 or 4 beers
okay.
deep.
so what I liked about Martin House, though, they give you a wristband, $15, you get a glass, and it's either 4 of the the full pours of the pints, or you can get 8 of the half pours. The cool thing about there is the half pours end up being like 3/4 of a
They
beer.
suck at pouring
Nice.
beers.
They do. No,
They're
it's
generous.
conscious. They do that.
They want you to
all the-
try.
They usually do that,
They
so
wanna
it's
get you
conscious.
drunk.
So, you end up drinking a lot
Kudos to
more.
them. All right, so that's the secret. If you go,
Yeah.
get the half pours.
Half pours.
Yeah, I made the mistake. I got the full pour, and then I saw the 2 ladies that was with me at the beginning. They got half pours, and it looked like nearly a fucking full pour. I'm like, oh, I fucked up. Well, I'm gonna learn from this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and one of the things too that I didn't think about afterwards was if you get, so say you get one of those specialty beers that they had going, and you get, you ask for that one, they'll give you a half pour. Ends up being a little bit more, still not a full glass, but they market it as a full glass on your wrist.
It's a specialty?
Yeah, and they want everybody to get it, and it was on the website. I just didn't think about it in the moment.
Well, that's kind of crummy, but
It's all good. I drank enough. Believe me.
yeah.
I think I drank some of Amy's beer, and I was.
And that was all for, it was just $15 to get in?
it's not bad.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
really
it's a
good.
nice environment. They had like the grass in the back where you could sit down. It had the band, like I said, the guy or band. I can't remember if it was a full thing, but people outside. You could sit down in grass. You could sit inside. They had food trucks in the front. It was like pretty legit. It was pretty chill.
They had. It's a cool thing about Martin House. When you go into the front of the brewery, they have some taps there. You keep walking. They have all the brewing equipment, and then you go farther out. There's like a garage door that opens up, and they have a big like parking lot kind of area where they do stuff, and then they have the grass area he's talking about, And behind that, they have the Trinity River you can see.
Oh,
and you can
wow.
also see downtown Fort Worth from right there.
Oh yeah, that
So
sounds
it's-
really nice.
It's real nice. And the weather wasn't too bad.
And you can see Top Golf, which is legit.
Yeah, we're going to have to make... That's literally down the street from my house, so...
They're always busy though.
They are.
I always
but
want to get drunk and hit some golf. But
you can.
No.
Well,
I gotta wait 2 hours.
Is that how... I mean, every time I've been, it hasn't been that bad.
Well,
No, every time I've gone, even on busy nights, it's like at most 30 minutes wait.
I also live near White Rock, so we got
She's
lot
bougie.
Of,
All the
she goes
bougie
to
you
people
know,
go
Top
there.
Golf.
a lot of golf players there. I'm not gonna say whether that makes them bougie or not.
They're
But,
bougie.
Tony Roma.
Fake ass people.
yeah, but
30,000 millionaires.
yeah, I live with them.
You live with them.
They haven't figured me out yet.
Wait,
They haven't
Kaylin's
figured me out. I'm just
the
poor
bougie
over
one?
here. Sure. Yeah. She won
Nice.
the lottery.
No, Top Golf is a lot of fun. It's like, you just get together and I think it's like, what, like $40 an hour if you go like for the regular normal hour. But if you split it
It's
between a
not
number
bad.
of people, yeah, just get a bucket
It's
of
really
beers.
not bad, especially if you go. Like I usually go with two of my other friends that are really good at golf, and they golf opposite. They're both righties, so they golf left-handed just to make the game fair.
Ah, you can do.
With me?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're like really legit golfers.
Hmm.
Like for amateurs, they could fucking
So
play.
they still beat you with their left.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's not even a fair competition. They just do it just to fuck with me
And get better than
On their game.
and go better with the opposite. But
yeah.
it is fun. Like if you sit there and drink, if you get fucked up, it's a good place to pregame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what I
Yeah.
kept trying to do. Because I hear their beers are pretty affordable.
Yeah.
It's
If you get a
regular bar.
bucket.
It's
So, yeah,
like,
it's about-
like a
about
regular
normal.
Dallas bar.
Yeah.
You know, it's nothing like it's not. You're not gonna get like $1.50 or $2 beer or something like that or Wells, but you're gonna pay like you would go to a bar or club in downtown Dallas. It's gonna pay.
Yeah.
Speaking
Not
of
stuff.
cheap beer, I have wondered since moving here in Oklahoma, 25-cent beer night was like
Oh, you
poppin'.
want- I can
that was
find
really
places.
popular.
I can-
Are there places like that in Dallas? 'Cause
it's
I've
called
never
college
seen 'em.
places. Like
Yeah.
you go to
Well,
Fry Street.
Get PBRs that are like
Nickel
real
Natty
cheap.
Nights.
Yeah.
I don't want
50 cent
PBR,
Wells.
though. Eh,
50 cent Wells.
50 cent
Wells
Wells.
you can do.
Okay.
Wells. We used to drive to Denton
Dang.
because a good friend of mine used to live in Denton. So we used to plan this out. I was like, yo, Thursday nights, it's 50 cent Wells.
Thirsty Thursdays.
Until like 10 or 11 o'clock at
Wow.
night. So we get out there like at 9 o'clock, but we order like 100 fucking drinks. And we drink that. We get a table, we drink that, and that's our drinks for the whole night.
Damn.
And we get fucked up.
Your liver is still recovering from those nights.
It hasn't recovered. It will not recover.
I was saying,
I think
as
I'm
he
dying.
drinks beer. Yeah.
I think I'm dying. I think one of the Nickel Natty nights, let's say it was Tuesday. I can't remember what day of the week it was, but they have it listed in a bunch of bars that their specials. One of the first bars you walk into Fry Street when you park in the parking lot, I can't remember the name of it, but they usually had Nickel Natty nights. I went in there with $1 one day. And I was like, all right, I have to 10 o'clock to drink all this Nickel Natties. I was like, let's see how much I could drink. I think I was 15 beers deep.
What's the math on that?
No, I had to pay like $3.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
But I was like, once I went on 5 beers in, I was like, fuck it, I got a few dollars in my pocket. Let's go.
Right.
I ain't worried about this. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. And I spent I gave the guy a 50-cent tip.
Oh, that's fucked up, man.
Oh, yeah. That's harsh.
What are you going to pay him?
mean, you
you want to
should
give
be
him
like-
$1 tip for
Yes.
I mean, he
for
Humane.
Nickel Natties? Get out of here. Get out of here.
I mean,
he opened all those bottles.
you're taking like the 20% tip a little too
Would you want to give him a 200%
proportional.
tip? You want to give him a 200% tip?
Yeah.
Give him a fucking $1?
Still think of his percentages, like at least $1.
Fuck out of
Yeah.
here. He got 50 cents that night.
Yeah.
Even with the 50 cent downs, like with the fill of table was at least 30, right? So what's that? $20?
Like I feel like you tossing him 50 cents is like the equivalent of back in the day tipping like the paper boy like 10 cents. Here you go. Flicking
Right.
a dime at him.
But that
Yeah,
was
back
even
in the days, it was money, though.
Because he probably never got any money, so that paper boy was like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah.
But I mean, he expected a tip. 50
Yeah, he
cents
got a
is like,
fucking tip.
You thought he sucked at his job.
No, but
he
it was
spat in all your
this
beer.
And
say-
you used to
And
be
your
a
drinks.
bartender.
And
Let's
Wells.
say the tab was $3. Let's say the tab was $3. I gave him 50 cents.
Exactly. I
It's-
still see the problem here.
Yeah. All right.
At least a
Ziggy, what's
dollar,
up?
man.
You got my back or what?
There is no, I don't.
This is Victor shaming hour.
Yeah, no, that's a terrible thing to do. But there is this.
Can I get my Hitler thing, please?
Yeah. Let me pull it up.
I don't think you want Hitler to have you back.
There's this great moment in the original Friday the 13th where Steve Christie, the camp owner, is eating dinner at a diner, and he's just eaten this full spread of dinner, and the waitress tells him that'll be $1.75. Because the movie's made in 1980, right? So that's like real prices. But then he hands her $3 and tells her keep the change.
Oh my god.
And like back then, like that 50 cents that's a real tip. Now, like as a pizza delivery driver myself, I'm disgusted
Yeah.
with
No,
using
I
you.
bartended for
That
years.
is right, but that is his
But-
worst night of the week because everyone is going to do that of like the 50-cent tip. I bet he made like shit.
He walked
Yeah.
away.
No,
with-
but
And
it's
had to
different.
deal with the
Wasted.
drunkest
But
people.
it's
Yeah.
this difference though. Their tab is like 20, 30, $40, right? So 50 cents is a piece of shit. My tab at most was $3.
But it's just I
You
could
know-
never get anything less than $1. Would just be like I feel like I'm being disrespectful.
See, there's
at
a
that point.
big
You can
difference.
suck
I
it,
once
dick.
went
I'm just
to
saying.
a new breakfast joint. They were giving out free breakfast. We tipped
$1.
$20 because all the waitresses, their life sucked because everyone was getting free breakfast everywhere, and
Again,
we didn't pay
different
anything.
scenario.
$20 was
Again,
less
different-
than what we
you
would pay for
less
breakfast.
for that for the breakfast. Yeah, different scenario. This is how they got people in. They wanted me to stay, but they wanted to stay after 10 o'clock, right? Because the nickel 99 ends, and then your tab could be for real. But I stayed right at 10. I dipped out. The fuck out. Like, no, here's what you get. You're good to go.
I mean, we're just saying, could you give them $1?
No, I
That's
didn't.
all we want is just give them $1.
$1 bill. This was like 7 years ago. It's done. It's done.
Shame on you.
He got the 50 cents.
We're still judging you
He
to
could
this
have
day.
just had a horrible day after that, and
He's better
You
than
could've made
his
his
option
night.
was no tip. Oh, 50 cents. That's the option.
you could have been kind of a dick and gave him 25 cents.
I would have if it was me. I've given tips back before. I had one time. This is the worst one that's ever happened to me.
But is it a tab that you expect? Like if you worked hard on the tab, that's well over $100, and they gave you maybe $1.
Yeah, but I've given back before on a tab that was like $10, and they were like keep the change, and it was like a cent.
And you're like, here you
Yeah,
go.
no, but the worst one I ever had, it was like 6 bags worth of pizza, and you stack about 4 boxes of pizza in each bag, like the oven bags, and so I take this. And it was, and I remember to the cent, it was $99.67. They handed me $100 bill and told me keep the change.
See, that's disrespectful, though. That's disrespectful. We're talking about my time. You're talking to a guy who I over tip all the time, but it's a $3.
That's why I'm so surprised, Victor.
$3 tab.
Frankly, I'm hurt.
$3 tab. First of all, I was young. Second of all, I was probably broke as fuck. That's why I went there for nickel natty night. Motherfucker's lucky he got a tip. All right.
Oh man, no, I don't even call that a tip.
Shit, I kicked the camera. Sorry.
On a brighter note, we have
Fuck
the
that
beer of the
bartender.
week. This one, if your bartender gives you this one, be sure to tip them well. This is the True Love
At least
from
$1.
Martin House.
Yeah, this
So-
became my new favorite beer at Martin House. Like I drank like 2 other beers before this. Got the True Love, and I stayed there the whole time.
So True Love is a sour. It is a raspberry sour ale, 5.7%, and it's pretty tasty. It pours like a kind of a rosy reddish kind of color.
It's kind of like a wine.
Yeah,
Not.
it's like a
I
bubbling.
like the can. I think this is the first time I really liked the can.
You don't like the Alice in Wonderland can?
No.
What
I
about
didn't.
the Wolf beer? What's that guy? The
yeah.
that was the Golden,
Golden
Dragon.
Draft was just amazing.
Golden Dragon was nice.
What's the one with the another one from Martin House? The Mountain Man.
Oh yeah, the
Mountain
mountain, the Eagle Mountain
Oh
Pilsner.
yeah, that's
That
true. It
one
had
was
the
pretty
bear
cool.
on it, right?
Bear.
Yeah, it had
It
the
was a
bear
wolf skin.
skin.
Yeah.
It's actually how I dress during the winter. But yeah, let's try it.
I already drank it. So
Cheers.
salud.
We drank a few.
I definitely drank a few.
All right, Kirsty, break it down. What do you get from it when you first try it?
Well, I'm not a huge sour ale person. I've come to learn.
Yeah. Is that why you skipped out on us in sour?
I think we found out why
I
she
was
didn't
a
come out.
little afraid of that it would end up upsetting my stomach, but I don't know. It's very, very sour. It's not as, like biting my tongue as the Salty Lady, which was just too much salt.
Yeah.
But
So whenever I first tried it, I looked at it and I was like, okay, I gave it a shot and I tried it and I didn't expect it to be that sour. I don't know if you're the
Yeah.
same way, but it's real sour.
I thought with Victor liking it would be a little bit smoother, so it really surprised me on my
I like
first
sour.
drink.
It evens out.
I like sour candy, like super. So you remember those
Yeah, same
super
here.
sour candies you have a kid?
Shock tart
Warheads.
warheads.
Yeah, I used to have like 5 or
Mm.
6 in my jaw, and like I usually love that sour taste. I don't know if that's it says anything about my personality. I just used to like to.
That's the Latin in you.
I guess yes. Let's go
You
with
could be
that.
honorary Mexican.
Yeah.
Some limes.
That's disrespectful. That is disrespectful.
We love the Mexican people here on the
I
show.
didn't say I didn't love the Mexican people. I'm just saying I'm Puerto Rican.
Not enough to tip them, though.
Who said the guy was Mexican?
Just making an assumption.
You may be correct, but
That's beside the point.
I am Puerto Rican, so I'm proud of all Latin cultures. I'm just
And
Puerto Rican.
Dominican. You can't forget the
I'm half Dominican as well. But no, I when I drank it, I forget the first one I had.
Was it the lime one?
I think so. Like we got there early.
Yeah.
Can't remember what I had. I just know I had this one beer, and then the girls I was with, they had this one first. And excuse me. They had this one first, and they let me taste it. I was like, "Oh, that's delicious," but I'm gonna come back to it. I drank another one. I didn't really like that one either, so I came back to this, and I drank this the whole time I was there.
Yeah.
Absolutely delicious. It's super sour. I was expecting more beers to be like this.
hmm
Were a lot of the other ones a little bit smoother? Or?
They're different. I mean, different. This one's more. So this one kind of finishes more like a. Say like a pilsner. It's kind of you kind of get almost like that wheat kind of bready taste at the end. If you kind of try it again.
I don't
feel
know.
like I'm having to
I don't
cook.
know. I don't know how to describe it. Like I just know
It's
that
such real sour. You do get a little bit of the berry taste and the sour, and then it gets kind of like almost you get that wheatness at the end.
Yeah, I could see a little bit of wheat at the end. It's just totally different than anything I've had before.
yeah,
And it's not
different.
bad or good in my opinion. I would drink it.
I feel like I'm
It's
having
not
to.
my beer though.
I have to coerce you to drink it.
No, I definitely. I would drink.
Definitely.
You don't have to drink it. I'll drink that for you.
I can slide that my way.
Let me slide this here. No, it definitely takes the raspberry, which I'm not a raspberry fan, but just like the, I don't know, it's something that gravitated to like to my taste buds. The moment I drank it, I was like, yeah, I like this.
Yeah.
I like it.
See, and I
like it
can't
a
taste
lot.
the raspberry in it. I think I just get a punch of sour, and I can't taste anything past that.
Yeah, I think once you get past the sour, because I was the same way. I'm like, whoa, this is super sour. But once you get accustomed to the sourness, kind of appreciate it a little
I
bit
think
more.
this kind of reminds me of my youth because I can't eat the sour candy anymore. It like bothers my teeth and it bothers.
Because
Yeah.
we're getting old.
Shut up. No, but like this reminds me like sour candy I used to eat all the fucking time. Like I just like it. I just like it a lot. I don't know. It just brings back a lot of memories. And I guess that's why I like it. Just brings back a lot of like memories. Like food and taste buds do that to you. So this kind of just gravitates to me. Unfortunately, Martin House does try a lot of things. I like very few things from Martin House. I do give them their props for trying things. But I will definitely appreciate this. This is probably one of the only things I would buy myself from Martin House.
Yeah. They have a lot of cool stuff.
This is one of their signature beers that they're
Or-
going to
No,
keep
they're
around
one
for
of
a
the
while,
ones.
or they're
This
just
is gonna be
trying.
one of their, I think, one of their permanent ones.
Yeah, I hope they
Okay.
keep it. Let's just like I said, this one, that one, and then the Pilsner, the other one. that
Oh,
we
the
had.
Eagle Mountain Pilsner.
Yeah, that was really good. That was really good too.
Yeah, that one was good. And I'm not a big Pilsner fan, but that one was.
Oh, you know what? Other one? What's that? That red ale they have.
Yeah, they're Texas. It's like an Imperial Red.
Imperial Red. There it is. That is also fucking delicious.
That one, it almost has a little bit of hoppiness to it. So it's like a red, but it has more hoppiness.
A lot of
It's
like
almost-
flavor hits you in like flavors hit you a lot, but it's smooth in the back end, real smooth, and it's just
Yeah, and it's high
delicious.
alcohol.
It's fucking
I think
delicious.
they sell like a 4-pack of those, and they're like end up being like $12 for a
Man, they
4-pack.
sit you down though. They sit you the fuck down.
Well, they say either sit down or it'll sit you down.
Penicolas.
There you go.
Penicolas, hashtag Penicolas.
And attach Penicolas. No, you know what? Also, I want to give a big shout out to Penicolas. I learned a lot from them last week.
Yeah, they were a lot of fun.
Definitely.
We
A lot of
stayed after the show. We stayed and we talked about more different
drinks and beers and taste.
Got to know them a little bit too.
Definitely got to know them a lot. So I definitely appreciate them for coming out. So I thank you guys, Chad and Chris, for coming out.
It was a lot of
It was a
fun.
great experience. We definitely go see the tap room
Yep.
Yeah.
one of these days.
I think we definitely got to try to do a mobile show one of these days when we get the
Definitely.
capabilities.
Show everybody.
No, definitely got to do that, man. But I'm definitely learning more about my appreciation for different types of beers. For the vast majority, I'm just very basic bitch. Like, if you would say I would like a raspberry ale, I would probably say you're full of shit because I don't like raspberry.
Yeah.
Don't like any like I don't like berries much.
Yeah.
Unless they're in a smoothie. But I mean, this is good, man. Like I said, the moment I tasted it, I was like, I know I was gonna drink this. I know if I could see this in a store, I'm fucking buying it. You know, this is my drink right here. It's different, man. I don't know. I like it.
It's good stuff. It's good
Well,
stuff.
I think it's like you said, you love it because it brings back memories. Brings you back to a place. We all like beers like that. Corona's one of mine. Brings me back to family reunions. Everyone get drunk off Corona. So there we go.
Mad Dog 2020.
Oh, it's Indy. Yeah.
Ian J. Those bring back memories. Not memories you want to keep, though. You know.
No.
What's that? Rumplemintz.
Oh, I still get down with some Rumple Mints when it's once the
Man.
holiday time comes around and it's nice and
Dude,
chilly.
I throw up.
No, it's just
Really?
gross.
So I
Throw
had
up.
one of my first experiences with like liquor when I
Was
actually
Rumple Mints?
drank. No,
I'm about to
no.
say, you got
This
fucked
is gonna be a story that for the longest time I could not drink, like go anywhere near liquor. My friend and I, we got some Captain Morgan spice rum. Got a handle of that, and I was in high school, Mom, if you're listening. I was in a safe spot. But no, we were drinking at his house, and so it was his parents were asleep. I was staying over the night, so I had in my car I had the bottle, and then we had some Cokes, sipping on some Cokes, and we'd go out and pour some rum in there and come back in, or take a shot and come back in. We'd, in and out to the car and back, and got fucked up that night. So I didn't really handle my alcohol that great, and we both got drunk, like hangover drunk, and he ended up throwing up, like passing out, throwing up. I was still in my right mind where I cleaned it all up, so nobody knew about it. But
That's a good friend. I would have left him. I was like, fuck this guy.
no, and it's crazy because after that, like the thought of like spiced rum for the longest time, I just want you get that taste aversion where you eat something bad or you drink something bad that really gives you that like feeling
The
like
body
you want to
has
throw
a
up.
natural thing. Like,
Yeah,
you know what?
it's to
Stay
protect
away from
yourself.
that.
Yeah, it's to protect
stay away
yourself.
from that.
And so I couldn't drink. I would go to a party and people would hand me a shot, and I would go to try to like drink it, and
You just smell it.
and if I drank it, I would have to like hold it down, like or else I'm like throw up. So,
Yeah, it's
man.
funny how we are in high school. Mine was Jack Daniels. I don't mind drinking Jack Daniels, but I don't prefer it. I got drunk with my two best friends. Me and my really close friend, we got way too plastered, and we ended up puking. But we're both on the ground thinking, oh, we don't want to get caught, similar to you.
Yeah.
But we're drunk. We can't clean it up. We weren't as good as you, apparently. And so we saw my shoes, and we saw my backpack. And so I gave my friend my backpack and was like, puke in it.
Oh,
She puked in it, ruined my scientific calculator, and I puked in my shoes.
man.
It really ended up being a much bigger mess than if we just puked on the carpet. But her mom didn't catch us.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I had to throw my shoes away.
Did you puke into both shoes or just one shoe? Like, do you have like a stomach the size of a baby? Like, how
No, I puked in one shoe, and then I thought I was done.
second wave came through?
Yeah, second wave came, and I was like, well, I might as well try.
Can we
So I kind of just dry heaved into my second
That's
shoe.
what I was gonna say. Can we talk about how throwing up sucks so bad? Like when you go
When
to
you're drunk, or just like
in general. Well, so there's two different kinds for me. When you're drunk and you got to go throw up, it's a little bit easier because you're kind of like just out of it, but you throw up. Versus you're sick and you're just like you need to throw up because you get that feeling in your stomach and the taste under your tongue. You got to go throw up and you run to the bathroom. And you're sitting there waiting for it, and you have to like dry heave, and it hurts. You're like, oh my god, what the? Wiping back the tears. Throwing up sucks.
Yeah.
I tell you
Yes,
this,
it
man.
does.
You guys have very different experience. Very, very different experience.
Do you
than
love
me.
puking?
No, fuck puke. I puke on my significant others in life. You know, that's the kind of thing we get into.
That's your thing in bed?
Yeah.
Here it comes, girl.
Nah. No, drinking wise, man, I didn't throw up until I was like 19, but I started drinking when I was 13.
Yeah.
I started drinking heavy when I was 13.
So you experienced in the game. So yeah.
No, sneak it. I think my greatest story I have, one of my greatest stories I have with my mom is one of the stories she hates me telling all the time. Is this. I think I was 14, 15 years old, and I was drinking on a regular basis, stealing from a little Korean liquor store. Liquors, different things.
Why
we
does
could
it
get.
gotta be Korean?
Because he was fucking Korean.
Because they were
Because it was there.
You want me to say chink? Like, that's pretty racist.
That is very
Yeah.
racist. We
We
do
don't
not support
support that.
racism on the show. That could be a gong for anything, okay, guys?
Exactly. No, so my mom gets wind of this, me drinking. So one day, it's the summertime, my mom was like, come hang out with me and her best friend. I was like, nah, I'm good. She's like, nah, come through. It's like, no. Like, nah, come through. I was like, all right, fuck. She's not gonna let me go where I want to go until I come say hi to her. Fine. So I go talk to her, and they're drinking. Like, here's a shot for you. I just want to talk to you. I was like, no, I'm good. I don't want to drink. She's like, no, drink. So they drink their shot, and I leave it there. They pour themselves a second shot. I was like, no, drink. You're in a safe place.
Yeah.
You could drink with me.
Mhm.
I'd rather, if you're going to drink anywhere else, you're going to drink with me. I was like, all right. I take the shot. So she was expecting me to, like, be cringed by the shot. Like, oh, it's burns and things like that.
The normal reaction.
Yeah.
Like I do now. Like I'm very cringeworthy when I drink now, shots. But she was expecting that. And I just take a smooth, I look at her. The moment I put the glass down, she started punching me in my chest.
Oh.
And she was like, you've been fucking drinking.
You should know better. Yeah, you should know
Yeah.
better. You should be like, this is a test.
I thought I played it off. Like, nah, I'm good. I'm being a good son. I don't want to drink.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Don't
See,
do
but,
it.
but then she would have been expecting you to be like, yeah, okay, that's a cool thing to do. I'm down. Okay, cool. Give me a shot. I can drink with you finally.
And then,
Yeah.
No, it didn't happen. So she punched me in my
Yeah.
chest, and then I got in trouble for drinking. But I still drink anyway. I drink a lot. There's a picture of me, 16 years old, at a Puerto Rican festival, drinking with the family. I have it on my Facebook.
Nice.
that's what's so great about moms is they know. They
Mom, I don't know how she
anything
found out.
and everything.
That's crazy.
I don't know how she found out, but yeah, definitely was drinking at a very early age. But I think the first time I threw up, though, like that, is when I went back to New York. I was 19, 20 years old. And I went down to Coney Island and drank a whole bottle of Grey Goose by myself.
Hey, turn up.
Ooh.
And
No,
somehow,
it's Grey Goose. Ugh.
somehow made it home. The big Grey Goose.
Ooh, can we pop a cap for that one?
No. Why would you even
Good
say
thing
that?
you had that voice.
I got that. I got it here.
Nah, so I drank that and I threw up in the toilet. They got pictures and videos of me throwing up. I basically fell asleep. They have like a little picture of me hugging the toilet.
That
Little
reminds
Victor.
me. That reminds me of a time we went out to a party and we went to IHOP afterwards. One of the guys we were with got more drunk than a lot of the people there, so he was with us. We end up stopping at the IHOP. He runs to the bathroom because he has to throw up. He was in there for a while, so I was like, well, let's go check on him. Went to go check on him. He is in the IHOP restroom. His face just like stuck on the seat of the IHOP toilet seat, just hugging it, same way. Just was.
I had a friend that had a girlfriend when we went out drinking. By the time we made it back to his place,
He had no girlfriend.
no, he went out. They went out drinking. He was pretty drunk. He was asleep on like her shoulder. Then like halfway home, he just threw up all on top of her.
Oh God.
Oh, jeez.
She tried to get away, but it was too late.
He had like that sleep grip where he's like, you can't move.
No, it wasn't like that. It was like he was like, you know how people lean on you when they're drunk?
Yeah.
That's kind of how he was. But by the time like he turned over to throw up, she realized it was too late. He was already projectile vomiting.
That sounds lit.
It was fucking disgusting.
That's like when we brought my brother's best friend
I
over
was gonna
for
say
me and my cousins getting drunk. And we're all getting drunk, having a fun time. His best friend comes, drinks, I don't know, maybe like a glass of liquor and juice because we're like 18 at the time. And he just pukes, projectile vomits all over my cousin. And for the rest of the night, he has the gall to be like, I wasn't drunk. Nah. It's upset my stomach.
I would slap the shit out of him. Listen, a lot of people in my life I didn't slap because they were family for doing shit like that. I was like, I would have. Anybody else, they would kicked out the car.
Yeah.
Which
I am the father.
I like it. It's getting creative. We're waiting for it.
know.
Right?
Yeah, we gotta. But anyways, the reason we're telling all these stories is because we want our mothers to know how much we love them and that we stay safe.
A special
Yeah.
special thanks to for Mother's Day weekend. We told all the stories that we did behind your back, or getting punched in the
Yeah.
chest.
Yep. To
So
your
by
face.
now they all know about these stories.
Most of them.
My mom knows. My mom was involved in a lot of these stories.
Yep.
My favorite, another good story I like to tell about my mom is she had a rule: be home before the street lights came on, and
That's really early, isn't it?
no, it was like 7:00, 8:00 at night. It's not bad, but she would. I was coming home late. I went to her best friend's house because I went to the wrong neighborhood. I went to where we originally lived, and then we moved to a new neighborhood. I was like, oh fuck, I went the wrong way home just instinctively. So I went to a best friend who lived down the street. I was like, hey, can I call my mom before cell phones? And I'm gonna let her know I'm late. I call her. She's like, oh, thanks for letting me know. Come home safe. I love you. I'm like, bet. All right, I'm on my home. I go straight home. Straight home, Ziggy. And then the moment I open the door and I start walking up the stairs, she jumps out the door and punches me in the chest. She never hit me in my face. She never hit me in my face. It's one of her own personal rules to never hit me in my face. But she definitely punched me a lot
That
in my
shows
chest.
how smart your mom is. She's like, let him believe that I'm totally okay with him
That
being
was-
late,
yeah.
that I love
Lured him in.
him, hope he's safe. Bam.
She's smart. That's a CPS thing. You can't see no bruises, you know.
Yeah.
Right in the chest.
Yeah. That's why I wasn't in the face.
Right.
Chest can take a bigger punch.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, big props out to all the moms out there that put up with people like us.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Very impressive.
Hopefully, my kids will not be like that.
That's
in
why I
the
don't have
future.
kids.
That's what I
That's why I
hope.
will not have kids.
Yet. And when you do, you're gonna be a great
I
father.
thought you had 10 kids.
They're not in the States. They don't fucking count.
And we don't know for sure. The Mari episode hasn't aired, so we don't know what the
Listen, if they're
paternity
not
test
born
said.
here in the United States, they do not count.
Is this Trump?
Exactly.
Oh.
Oh man, nah man. I
But
don't know,
legit,
man.
he doesn't have kids out in Mexico. We're
Maybe
good.
we don't know
Probably.
yet. Mexico, Dominican Republic, Iceland.
Iceland, Reykjavik. You probably have
No.
a beautiful Icelandic.
Baby, I
That's
still
Puerto
won't claim on my
Rican-
taxes to get out of here.
True.
Don't want that. Don't want them problems.
Right.
Nah, man. Just think about different things I put my mom through, my family through.
Part of growing up.
I don't
Yep.
know. One of my stories, I was just telling a story at work. One of my best friends, Ralphie, if you're watching, the second time I got arrested because of you, or just with you, we would jump in a turnstile. I had money to go back home, like a school pass. His school pass was already exhausted. So I was like, all right, we're going to jump this turnstile. We're going to well, we didn't technically jump it. We double passed. So I used mine. We both went in. So they start calling us. I'm like, yo, we got to run because the guy's calling the cops and we got to move. Well, the fucking doesn't move fast enough.
Mm.
It gets caught. So then I do the whole thing. I get arrested, but I give Ralphie my phone. We're a little older now. And I gave him my gold chain. I was like, all right, listen, just call my mom. Phones didn't have passwords back in the days. I was like, just call my mom. Let her know what's going on. I'll be out in the morning. We'll see what happens. It's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
This fucker calls my mom later in the night, but he didn't call her and talk to her. He just calls and said, hey, is this Mrs. Santana? Yes. Your son's in jail. Click.
Oh.
Wow.
And then turns off my fucking phone.
Oh my gosh.
So my mom doesn't know what the fuck is going on. She don't know if it's a prank. She doesn't know if
She don't
it's
know
real.
what jail you're
But
in.
you never show.
Huh?
But you never showed later on that night. Like you didn't.
No, I didn't come home.
Yeah,
I
so-
stayed the night. Yeah, I
So
stayed
she
the night
knows
in
it's
Cuba.
legit. You're somewhere
Yeah,
out
I'm
there.
somewhere. They finally call her sometime in the middle of the night. Let her know where I'm at
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. They come get me in the morning, and then of course she beats me. But
Good job.
then I find out what happened. I look at Ralphie like, you had one job, bro. What the fuck?
Mm.
And I didn't talk like that at the time. There was a lot more curse words, a lot more bleeps in there.
So a lot more than what the fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got
Yeah.
real raw.
And I was like, what do you do? He's like, I panicked. I was like, you just had to call her and let her know where I was going. I was going to Queens, where I lived, the central booking station. You know, give her some information, maybe that could help.
How old were y'all?
I don't fucking know, 16.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So it's still decently old enough to talk to an
Yeah.
adult like
Adult,
that.
to
Yeah.
understand what's going on. Yeah.
Ralphie, you fucked up, man.
Done fucked up.
It's okay. We're
It's
older
all right.
now.
That-
10 years past, more.
10 years, 12. That was 13 years ago.
Man, you're old. Shit.
I know.
Back
That's
before cell
older than me.
phones, man.
Shit.
I know. I had the Nokia phone.
Yeah.
Pull that brick out.
Shout out to the juice
Nokia's
box.
in the snake. You know, I had the
Yeah.
high score, like, what, 400?
Yeah, that was a good game.
Yeah. Those things.
Oh
There
my
you
God.
go.
Yeah.
Yes.
How did you know we were going to drop that Nokia plug?
Yeah.
It was ready.
Well, did you know
ready
that
on deck.
they brought back that phone? So it's like, I think it's like around like $60. And they brought that phone back. Like
too much.
you can buy it now, but it's still like I want to say it's got better like visuals now. It's not the same exact phone. It's upgraded.
I did hear Nokia was going to try to make a comeback. I really loved Nokia phones and probably one of the few Americans that loved their touchscreens and everything
Whoa.
like that. But a lot of their good phones were not sold in the U.S., which always pissed me
The
off.
one good phone they had, it had the best camera back. Like, this is going 8 years ago. They had like a 10 megapixel camera 10 years ago. And it was like legit. And I had it. And I used to take pictures all the time with it. It's just that they had no support and stuff like that. And
Yeah, but they made really good phones.
that's why they legit
it
over
was
in Europe.
great.
Like they out there. But now iPhone's is number one.
Yeah.
On that note,
Nah.
who's Android? So you're what? What are you? Windows?
Android.
Fuck out
I
of
got
here.
the Nexus.
Fuck out
Full
of here.
Google.
Ziggy, what about you? Your team iPhone, I believe.
Or it's not even Nexus.
Fanboy.
All about that droid.
Fuck out of here.
So we got
But
2
you-
iPhones and 2 Android. No,
you
it's
guys
perfect.
you guys still use
I'm in-
Apple products all the time.
No,
Yeah.
I really don't.
I'm in the in between. I want to say because I appreciate both. There's pros and cons for both.
Don't listen to him. He was a sales rep. He
I
has
had to
Apple everything. He's Apple everything. He
I've
has
got-
iPad.
I've got. Yeah. Well, okay. I appreciate Apple more, but they're both good.
I feel like it really depends on what you do.
Yeah, it does.
It's kind of with the
When-
computer. To me, Macs are very pretty, but when it comes to if you're like a legit computer person, if you have any career in computers, IT, anything, you can't work on a Mac. It
Linux.
well, Linux is the shit.
I don't know
know
about
what
that.
you're
The
talking
reason
about.
you can't work on a Mac because most companies go for the cheaper option, which is Windows.
No, I mean hospitals run off of Macs. Well, not really necessarily Macs, but
I
iPhones.
was like,
and
bougie
have-
hospital you
iPhones,
working
What
at?
hospital you going to?
iPhones
You going
and
to that
have
rich hospital.
everything agreed to
That
that.
Da- that Dallas
but why
rich
do you
hospital.
think they picked that? Because
The
Windows
PC?
just
'Cause it's
runs
cheaper.
better.
It's cheaper.
Off that. Nah.
It's
Very cheap. Very not very cheaper. What's the word?
If you ever
cost
have to do
efficient?
like
There you go.
programming or graphic design, you can do, because my brother who's in the
Well-
graphic design, he appreciates Mac for what it will do, but it will not go nearly as in depth as he needs it to go.
Because
But it does, like if you're in photography, I hear Macs are great.
Yeah, I was gonna say photography,
Music stuff.
music. Not
Yeah.
even that.
Yeah.
Like fashion design.
But you gotta know the pros. and
Depends on
what
what's
you're
going on. Because
using it
now,
for.
like, I have a Microsoft Surface, and those boys are legit. So,
Yeah.
and the tablets
you
are like
don't
real.
have
Would
one.
you
Your
like
wife
those?
has one.
She,
make it
Well,
clear.
we co-own it. It's like a 30 to 70%.
That's the great thing about being married is
Yeah.
no, it's all 50-50, right?
No,
In theory.
Right.
In theory.
no. Your wife owns
Should have been
70% of
gay.
everything.
Should have been gay.
I think your
Would
wife.
have been 50-50 with your husband.
I take up 70% of the bed. She owns
Uh-huh.
70% of the Microsoft Surface. It's a trade-off. So I think maybe if you average it out, it ends up being 50-50
I highly
at the
doubt
end
you
of the
take
day.
70%. I think your wife takes 70% of bed, and then the baby takes another 10%.
Yeah.
and you're left with 20%.
I don't know. The baby probably takes about 30%. You know, she likes
So
to
you just
spread it
not
at an
took
awkward
it
angle. We're just. I think actually it's like this. The baby takes up 50.
There
She
you
gets
go.
another 25%. And I get 25%. So the baby takes up most of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baby's got to be comfortable.
Yeah.
And
The
you don't want to
baby-
roll over her either, so she's got to have that full.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Don't want to smother the baby.
But the baby is a girl, so
Definitely, we don't smother babies on
We
Dallas
do
Beer
not
Talk.
condone
No,
baby
no.
smothering.
Mother's
on the
Day.
show.
Amy, happy Mother's Day.
That's right.
Oh
There
shit!
you go.
Facts. Happy Mother's Day,
Yeah.
Amy.
To Amy, to my mom, to all the moms out there. So I was telling everybody Mexican Mother's Day was yesterday, the 10th, which they do it every 10th of May for in
Do you know
Mexico.
why?
I do not know why.
I don't. Look at me. I'm asking you. Do you know why?
You said it like
No.
you knew. Like, do you know what? Here's
Well,
why.
because Dominican Republic has different Father's Day and Mother's Day as well.
Yeah.
You know, so it is what it is. I don't know why.
I don't know. That's just why they celebrate it. So it's
I guess May is a popular month to pick for celebrating mothers.
But do we really need a day for mothers? Do we not celebrate mothers every day?
We should.
I approve of Mother's Day.
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
this is a question. No, it's an honest question.
Yeah.
Do you not? I was always raised where you thank your mom for everything. Everything that happens, you thank your mom. I was never raised to thank my father for shit.
Yeah.
Maybe because I didn't have one. But
As I say, my father's died. It's a very unfair discussion here.
no, but even like in cultural society, like we have raised, vast majority of us are raised where you thank your mom for everything. You thank your mom for dinner. You thank her for everything she does. Even though you yell at, you get mad, you get frustrated. You be like, thank you, thank you. When you win awards, the first person you ask, you thank is your fucking mom. If it's not
Yeah.
Jesus, it's mom.
I don't know. A lot of people start with God first, then their mom and family.
Yeah.
No, I've seen it. You go either way. You go thank
True,
your mom.
true.
Big up to the guy above. I've seen it all mixtures of the ways, but always mom. But I don't hear nobody say fucking thanks, dad.
Well,
true.
I see.
That's
what you
my
need
thing
Father's Day.
was, thank your mom for the emotional support out there and like raising you, and then thanks
your
dad
mom
for
for
the
taking-
money. Because when my daddy died, we didn't have no money, so I learned real quick. I should have been way more thankful.
It's all about mom.
Maybe said thank you.
Yeah.
No, but you be thankful to your
thank
mom
dad
every
is
day.
in June,
Your mom
right?
has Valentine's Day. Your mom has her birthday.
Dad can have Valentine's Day. Maybe you got a
Is
dad
it
that likes
though?
to be spoiled.
Is it
I
though?
don't know.
I think-
Dad's gonna be spoiled.
Andrew, what you got for Valentine's Day?
Me? What did I
Let's
get?
compare what
Amy,
your wife
come
got and then
on.
what you got.
I don't even remember. I mean, what did I get? For my birthday, though, I got breakfast in bed, which was legit.
Hey.
I don't
We're
remember
not
what I got
talking
for
about
Valentine's
birthdays.
Day.
We're not talking about birthdays.
I don't
But
know. I don't remember,
is Amy
honestly.
very big into Valentine's Day? Either like, or both of you?
I mean, it's
Eh.
kind of my take on Valentine's Day. I will still buy stuff, but I'm kind of against Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I feel
I
like
don't-
Valentine's Day is a dying holiday.
It's not as
It's
dying
not,
as you think it is.
It's not
as
dying.
as you
It's
think
definitely
it
not
is.
dying, but I don't appreciate the fact that it's more like a corporate holiday where you got to spend
Yeah.
money.
But I feel like that's how a lot of people think about it nowadays.
Yeah,
Our age. I guess not necessarily
broke as
our
fuck.
group.
I don't know. It's true.
No, it's because I love my wife every day.
There you go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So why do you need Mother's Day?
Because now I have a wife and I think about my wife, not my mom. No, I'm just kidding. I am very thankful to my mom all the time.
No,
And
that's
so
not what
my
we're
mom
saying.
is about the same way. But that's also how I was raised. It was just,
Yeah.
be appreciative for what you have. You don't know if you're going to have the next day. So
I think we all
true.
show the
a lot of
people
us
you
would
love,
just-
you love them.
We all have experienced loss early in life around
Yeah.
here, but it's just saying like I just say typically like we thank our mothers for everything all the time, which they deserve.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying they don't deserve it. Not saying they don't do a lot of things for us. They do absolutely everything for you, especially because you're a fucking idiot as a kid. You're a fucking
Yeah.
dumbass, and they put up with that shit 24/7.
That's why they need their own day.
But you thank them every day, and then after their own day, as you get older, you still thank them for everything. So
Yeah.
where you need Father's Day because you rarely thank your father. You rarely thank your father. And as your kids get older, you will realize they rarely thank you because what you're gonna say naturally. I'm pushing this towards you.
Sorry.
You just stopped him cold in his tracks.
I did. I didn't mean
I would
I meant
hope
to do it smooth.
That my kids will appreciate both my wife and myself, and depending on what's going on, we'll both get some praise.
Yeah.
But I mean, kids love their mom. It's kind of how it goes. I was raised a single
love your mom.
single
You always love your
parent
mom.
household, so
the mom gives you the emotional support.
It gives you, but they're patient too. This is the thing about it. Your mother does so much for you in life in general. As you get older, as you get instilled that you appreciate your mom for everything, as you get older, you still do things for your mother.
But
You appreciate her every day.
is
So
that
she has her
changing?
birthday. You have Valentine's Day. You have Christmas. You have whatever.
Kwanzaa, Hanukkah.
Hanukkah, yeah.
Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, you know.
No, I think that things are. Well, I was saying, do you think things are changing in the fact that you have a lot of stay-at-home dads now? The persona of a man has totally changed from when I was a child and what a father is. When I was growing up, my father was not anyone who would show emotion in that type of loving way. He was the punisher and he was the breadwinner. And that's what he was. And I loved him and I appreciated for what he was. But nowadays, it seems to be changing where a father can be everything. He can be a little bit of the
Thank you.
emotional support. Yes.
No, they could be.
Andrew,
They could
it's
always
true, though.
wait. There is a path in where men are going nowadays, and I don't like it. But it's not the aspect of being more emotional or being open to the emotion. That's not what I dislike. It's that they're not men anymore. They act like little fucking girls.
Well, what are you trying to say in that fact? Because I could take that as a lot of things.
People take it as insult. And people take it as insult when I say they act like little girls. This is the thing. You've seen this couple before. Everybody has. You go to restaurants, to the movies, to airports, wherever you go where there's couples, there's always this little man who gets yelled at by his wife, who doesn't open the door for his wife. She's the man in a relationship. She does all the money handling. She takes care of everything while he sits there by the bags and acts like a little fucking bitch.
Well, I think that
And the vast
in a
majority-
relationship, you should go with what you're good at. If your wife is
little
better
bitch.
at taking the money,
No,
then
no,
go for it. But
no,
that being said,
disrespectfulness is where I'm pointing at, and there's a lot of men who sit there and be disrespected because they're like, "Well, I am just emotional support," and they're flipping it to where women used to be disrespected, and they flip it into a little bitch because that's the society of
I
feminism.
see it
now.
as a lot of people are just lazy now. Is that what you're hating
No,
on?
people
'Cause
just
people
rather
are
be
making
disrespected.
it.
No, because there was a vast majority of time in history, women has been verbally disrespected by men, where they sit there in the corner, be quiet, be still, right? They sit in the kitchen and things like that, right? That's the vast majority why the feminist movement. You want some? Came out in the 20s, right? They came out in the 20s. Oh, there's more in here?
Oh,
They came out in the 20s, and that happened. And women should have those rights, and women should be more respected. But now it's flipping, where men are being more disrespected, and men are sitting in the corner like little fucking.
I don't know. I think you're thinking it's more prevalent than it is.
It is very prevalent. It is very prevalent.
I don't know. I don't see that often, but I don't know. It is what it is.
I
So-
get more mad at seeing any time I feel like I really do believe a relationship should be 50-50. You go with what your strong points are and you help. I mean, you just build each other and you help each other out where each of you fail. Anyway, but whenever someone is not giving that full 50%, I guess,
Well-
and matching it, and where someone's like, oh, well, they
you
make
look
enough
at-
money
you
for
look
us
at-
to live off of. I'm
You
just
look
going
at
to
healthy
keep doing my
relationships.
thing.
You look at healthy relationships. Everything is an open communication. Everything's open to compromise. Everything's open for discussion, and everybody's willing to talk about it and see what you're going to do to move together. But that's not every relationship.
No, I would say that's
That's
probably
why-
very few
That's
relationships.
why divorce rate is well past. I'm gonna go throw a stupid number out there, 60%. I don't fucking know the facts, but it's high. I know everybody I've ever met.
Well, now people
pretty
ain't
high
getting married.
No, but everybody I've met, especially since I moved to Texas, has been divorced
Yeah.
and married twice.
I would
Before they
say-
fucking 30.
I will say the sanctity of marriage is not what people, and there's a lot of
Because
like
the problem
reasons
is-
for
the
it, but
problem is
it's
because
not the same like it used to
People
be.
don't understand themselves very well. One or the other, or both, trying to be controlling of the other. It's very push and pull and never compromise.
Yeah.
Kind of relationship, and that's what I'm saying. There's a lot. I'm not saying fathers can't stay home fathers, because my best friend Joey and my other good friend Diego, are both were stay at home dads for vast majority of their kids' lives.
Yeah.
And they're fucking men. They both like beer. They both go out hunting. They both go out cook, and they both do a lot of. They go work out. They both do things typical men do, but just were stay at home dads. They didn't compromise who they were, and they would never got belittled.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
never took disrespect.
So what
They
you're
was-
saying is you don't want them to lose themselves and
No,
and feel like little bitches.
No, but in that same, I don't want that for women either.
Yeah.
When you stay home or you sit there and get disrespected, that's what I'm saying. That's why that whole feminist movement happened back in the days, because women were just saw as objects. They stay in the corner and don't be heard. And the vast majority of women history is like that, right? And that's not right, right?
But when you turn around and you see a lot of men fall into that same trope where they just sit there with the kids, be quiet, they don't do anything, they get disrespected. You know, that's why I use the trope being little girls, because they just sit there, right? So you know that's not right. People know that's not right, but people do it. That's why people get divorced. One or both parties feel belittled by the other.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on specific instances, but I don't know.
You
I
never
think
seen
it's-
it?
I've never said I've never seen it, but I know what you're talking about. I just don't know. I mean, I don't know how prevalent it is. I mean, I get what you're saying. You think it's pretty prevalent, but
It's very prevalent because you don't see it in public as much.
yeah.
I've talked to a lot of men, and I've talked to a lot of women, and it goes both ways. It still goes. A lot of women still go through it, but a lot more men are going through it now because they're scared.
I don't know. I think what it all goes back to is marry somebody that compliments you and that you compliment that person,
Definitely.
and you guys are stronger as a unit. Because if not, I mean, yeah, stuff does not go out well. If people are too stubborn and they, you know, kind of like conflict a lot, versus, you know, if you compliment each other, it's a lot easier to go through it and to build like a life together. So, I don't know.
Yeah. And if you're stubborn as hell, like me and Victor, find that person that makes you not so stubborn as hell. Victor, get back
Why you
on
look at me?
Tinder.
I was going on Tinder. Tinder's it's weird, man. Tinder's weird.
You back on it?
Ladies,
I went through it a few more times, and people are just weird, man.
Oh.
ladies, keep swiping left until you get to Victor and swipe right.
Uh-huh.
No, I mean, again, I'm not good with texting. I'm not very good with it.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know how to deal with that part of it. I'm better at meeting people. I think I
Yeah.
do a better personal impression than I do like on text message
Yeah.
type
Yeah.
scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Can't get my humor.
There's plenty of spots. I mean, strip clubs, meet some people.
Whether it be you know,
Nursing students who are just trying to make their way
meeting
through.
a daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meeting daddy. I mean, I got those on deck. Yeah, I mean, but I don't think I want to take any of them. They all have issues too. What do you think, Ziggy? Comedians?
Guys, we got about 3 minutes left, so it is plug time. Victor, where can they find you on Tinder?
We need a soundboard for the plug.
Hateallmen.com, Victor Santana. No, you can find me on Victor Santana on Facebook, Victor148 on Instagram. I have a Snapchat, but I don't fucking know the name, and I'm never on it, so fuck that. But yeah, you also can find me on Dallas Beer Talk. What about you, Kirsty?
I still don't really have anything except for Dallas Beer Talk. I try to keep up with our Instagram and our Facebooks, and I will be making my own Instagram soon.
Oh,
So.
facts about it. When I keep saying I post stuff, it's really Kirsty posting everything
Yeah.
on Dallas Beer Talk. So I take all the credit, but it's not really me, it's her.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
That's right.
What about you, Andrew?
You can find me at Kinetics with a Z on Instagram, and then of course Andrew Franklin on Facebook, and Dallas Beer Talk for sure. So
Right there
yeah.
you go. Thank you guys for joining this week, and happy Mother's Day to all the moms out
And
there.
happy Mother's Day for the married gay couples, the men.
There you go.
You
Sure.
know?
who aren't bitches? Hopefully,
I mean,
right?
Dad's
That's not what I mean
Father's
by
Day
that.
is
That's not what
like
I mean by
next
that.
month. But
I said that at the wrong moment.
I mean, so do
clarify
I get
that.
to celebrate when I have kids on Father's Day?
Yeah.
Since I'll be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's cool. I
feel like this
that's
isn't
kind
right,
of cool. You
but-
get to switch. You'd be like, all right, you're gonna be you get to celebrate Father's Day this year, and then I'll do Mother's Day this
Why
year.
not? Wait.
We swap it.
Before you get to your final plug-in, Ziggy, I'm sorry. You don't think it's right that you and Caitlin can have share Mother's
I
Day
don't
or
have a
Father's Day?
dick, so I can't really
But
be
why
on
not?
Father's Day.
Why not?
I don't feel like a father, so
You don't
I
feel
feel
like
like
a
a
father?
mom. So,
But aren't you a parent? Isn't it just celebrating a parent?
which I'm a mom, so
That's true. That's
I wouldn't
yours.
be a father.
So you're gender profiling right now?
Was that sarcasm?
I myself identify as a cis female.
Here at Dallas Beer Talk, we support the rights of everybody.
Yes.
What about you, Ziggy? What do you got for us? Where can we find you at?
I don't do social media because it is dumb. But you can catch me every Thursday at 8:30 at the Backdoor Comedy Club. You can catch me every Saturday at 8 and 10:15 at the Backdoor Comedy Club, where more likely than not I will be hosting a late show. And
Right.
I got a plug, guys.
Go on.
I got a plug.
Let's hear it.
Let's go.
I'm working on a new movie. Della
Really?
Reese is coming out of retirement. Yes, Della Reese. Yes, she's the script is she is a therapist who is counseling a small child who has been molested by a fisherman.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's called
That sounds a little fishy.
Touched by an Angler.
Very nice, very nice.
Oh man, yo, like Kirsty said earlier, we do appreciate you guys always watching, checking on us. We will be posting more videos on our Facebook and Instagram pages, and also more pictures and articles we see. Thank you for the support. You guys have a great weekend. Have a great Mother's Day. We love you. Thank you.
All right, kids. Does everyone know what time it is? Yeah! That's right. It's time for a...